Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at this absolutely gorgeous little torch from Olight. This is by far the best torch that I've ever used, and saying that, this is also the most expensive torch that I've ever used. Here, as an example, I've got a few of the metal ones that I've had that were anywhere from about £2, £3 I think, probably about £5, I think also about £5. Before this one, my most expensive one was about £15 I guess. I'll have a link to my review of these two down below. Now, first of all, what I love about this is that it has a charging base, which is just so convenient. It's a standard phone charger cable because, you know, for traveling compact, this thing doesn't take up much weight in your bag. So if you're already taking your phone charger, then that's all you need. You don't have to carry an additional like plug or whatever. You just plug this into your phone charger or into your, you know, it can charge from any sort of USB thing like a laptop or whatever. So that is really lovely, and it has an optional sticky base that you can put on or not, and it's magnetic. That could be held in pretty much whatever position you want it to be held, you know, either because you think it looks cool that way or because you want it as a little hanging desk lamp off the bottom of a shelf or something. Standard torch batteries. This one is the 3600 milliamp hour version. Build quality is really good. I love the controls on this. They are so much better than the all the cheaper ones that I've had before, where the controls are really annoying. Like you have to scroll through, so you click it once, turn it off, click it again to get to the next brightness. So it's constantly, as you turn it on and off, it's moving between brightnesses. And the last one is an SOS mode, one lumen mode, which you get to by holding it down. Then you can turn it on and off with a simple press. You don't have to hold it down to turn it on and off again. 50 days in this one lumen mode, which is lovely. So you can have that as a night light or just as a little thing to see where you're going at night. That's actually a really, really useful mode. One lumen at night is actually really good. The normal modes that you can scroll through by holding it down are 20 lumens like this for 68 hours. The next one up is 100 lumens for 14 hours. And the next one is 450 lumens for 180 minutes. A double press will go into turbo mode, and turbo mode will give you 1200 lumens for 3 minutes. They don't want it to overheat, so then after 3 minutes it goes down to 600 lumens, and this is all with the 3600 milliamp hour battery. This is impact resistant to 1.5 meters. It is IPX8 rated waterproof, so I think that's about 2 meters. The weight is 128 grams or 4.5 ounce. It does take a really good amount of force to remove that clip. So that holds on nice, holds on pretty well. You can fairly easily aim it a little bit forwards if you wanted to. So let's do a little test if I connect it upside down, and let's see if this one's a really wide elastic belt. I'm gonna bend this just a little bit, and then the tip here, I'm gonna bend that just a tiny bit. And that together means that it's easier to clip on and it's slightly more difficult to remove, which for me is what I like. But this was working perfectly fine before bending this. I mean, this is just improving it a tiny bit. Now, this doesn't have any sort of zoom or focus on it. The beam on this is fairly tight. It's got a little bit of a wider area and then a tighter beam in the middle. And in all the brightness modes, that's sort of what you get. And then, of course, 3 presses brings you into the strobe mode, which is sort of a self-defense thing. I did a couple of modifications to this, which is I glued the pocket clip in place with some hot glue to keep it in place so it doesn't spin around. And that's so that when I pull it out of my pocket, I know exactly where the button is, because before that I'd basically be doing this after I pull it out of my pocket, and so now this is really, really quick and easy to find the button. The second thing I did was add a piece of plastic around there, which is actually really easy. It's called polymorph, and you just warm it up in some hot water and then shape it however you want, just with your hands, and then let it cool down, and that's it, and you've got this really, really durable plastic. And I know it's ugly. I will find maybe a nicer solution at some point. Right now I don't really care that it's ugly. It prevents the button from being pressed by accident when I'm holding it, which hasn't happened, but I think it could happen. Now, because this has a magnetic base for the charger, that means that you can actually stick this onto metal stuff that can actually be helpful, especially working around a car. Inside my house, I found that actually was really useful. There's no SOS mode and there's no momentary switch, so trying to signal with this might be a little bit more difficult or a little bit slower. Another great thing to see on this would be a dedicated glass breaker, and I don't mean those pointy bits at the front of a lot of torches. Those are normally aluminium. Most of those will have a very hard time actually breaking a car window. You can look it up on, there's lots of videos on YouTube of people trying to do that and then showing how it can actually be done with a proper steel or carbide tip. Another really great addition would be to have a dedicated red mode on here, and that's a really, really weak LED to preserve your night vision. This does remember your power setting when you turn it on and off. It does have a nice little glow-in-the-dark ring. It's not actually bright enough to do any reading. It might make it easier to find the torch if you drop it while it's turned off. So my conclusion about this is I am incredibly pleased with this. It's just so damn nice. Absolutely fantastic, I think. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to support this channel, then you can get yours from the links down below. And if you want a chance to win this little guy, also from Olight, then subscribe to my comedy channel, because on that channel, I'm going to do a giveaway of this little guy, which runs on a AAA battery. Subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of content, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.